There you go.
Thank you.
Just so happens that the person that you beat up on was a very good friend of mine.
Maybe you had it coming.
And maybe he didn't. He happens to be a great guy, and he happens to have done a lot of good for Lord Manning.
Oh, why don't you tell me about it?
Why don't I tell you about it? Why should I tell you about it? You don't have to, you don't believe. Hey, you don't believe me, you just go ask anybody you want. Coffee.
Listen, I've asked, I've heard just about everything, especially from Didi O'Neill. And almost everybody else I talked to.
Right, but you don't buy it, right?
Well, he is Asa Buchanan's son, isn't he?
Yes, he is, and he's also a lot of other things. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. You've already passed judgment on him, haven't you?
No, I haven't. I haven't. Wanda?
What?
Want to have a cup of coffee with me?
Would you want the straight story?
Why not?
What did I do? Why is everybody all over me?
You mean you really don't know?
I'm just telling Bo about the guy that slugged him, how ornery he was when he worked for me. And this O'Neill jumps on my back. If you hadn't jumped in when you
Asa,
did...
you were looking for a fight. I know
Hey,
all
honey,
the signs.
wait a minute. He was. Him.
I knew that we shouldn't come barging in here without an invitation.
Oh.
I'm terribly sorry.
Becky, please, that's ridiculous. We were delighted to have you, and it's perfectly all right.
Thank you. I think it's time that we got going. I'm going to go upstairs and get Drew.
Okay, please.
I think that we should leave too, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, it is getting late. I'm on the early shift tomorrow, Vicky.
Bye, Asa.
Asa, good
Thanks
seeing
a
you.
lot.
Night, Rafe.
Anytime. We'd love to see more of you, okay? Come on, I'll walk you out.
Thanks a lot, Clint.
You were going to tell her, weren't you?
Tell who what?
You know damn well what. Did you forget our conversation? We agreed I would tell Didi about Drew in my own time.
You ashamed of your baby?
Don't start that. You hear?
Clint, wait a minute. Stay out of this. If Didi O'Neill's offended by you having a son, I'm going to tell you something, boy. That damn well forget the whole thing. I'll adopt him. Becky Lee and I will raise him, and you stay damn clear of that boy.
No.
Asa, this isn't the time to be talking about this.
Well, just tell me the time. Just tell me where or when.
I'm not saying I don't agree with you. We talked about this, Bo. It might be better for Drew in the long run if he had just one father.
Yeah, one that stays at home and is there when he really needs him, not one that goes gallivanting with strangers. I'm gonna tell you something, Bo. Right now, you are gonna have to make a choice, and the choice is gonna be him or them.
Look, Pop, I'm really sorry.
What'd you do?
Well, I was the one that talked you into going over there tonight.
Well, I didn't know the great man was going to be there.
Yes, even so,
Boy, he's some job of work, huh? What'd you think of having him for a father-in-law?
Well, I don't...
Wouldn't that be something? Going down to the mansion for Thanksgiving, him sounding off while he's carving the Thanksgiving turkey. But, he ought to have a hotline to the White House. He could call the president and tell him how to run the country.
I get it.
Except with Asa Buchanan, the president would have to call him.
Yes, all right.
All right. I'll stop. I just hate to think of you making a choice between him and me.
That's never going to happen.
Well, I hope not. You want something from the kitchen?
No, I think I'll just go to bed.
Night, sweetheart.
I gotta tell you, sweetheart, sometimes it is damned uncomfortable being Asa Buchanan's nephew. Then I stop to think, what if I was his son?
Bite your tongue.
I mean, the kind of pressure he puts on Bo and Clint, jeez.
I was wondering in the car, what about Drew? I mean, what's it going to be like for him? What's he going to be when he grows up, growing up in Ace's house?
Well, I think Becky will probably keep him pretty level-headed.
I know she'll do her best. There's still Asa there, though. I was thinking about something else. Make me a promise.
Another one?
Mm-hmm.
I made you a whole bunch when we got married.
Well, just one more. Promise me we won't ever impose our viewpoints on our kids when they grow up. Make them be what we want them to be and do what we want them to do.
That's not my style, Sam.
I know, I'm just checking. Why am I here?
Contracts.
Contracts, thank you very much. Hey, I didn't even tell you about this. I spoke to one of the employees at the bank down the street, and the whole entire group is getting together and they're taking over the health club from 7 to 9 Monday mornings. How does that sound?
Honey, do I hear the water running?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you do. Hold on. I don't believe it!
Is there anything wrong?
I should have anticipated this. Brad and Connie seem to have left the hot tub and sauna running.
Sweetheart, that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, it could have been. It's also extremely inviting. How about we relax for half an hour?
That's the best idea you've had all night.
Mm-hmm. First of many. Come this way.
Lead on.
So you want to come in?
I guess I better. In case you need a ride back to the theater. And it's okay with your dad, you can stay with Cassie's.
Yeah. You'd really like it if I stayed there with her, wouldn't you? Make you feel better?
It would for everybody.
All right. Huh? It's just when I was afraid of he's gone to sleep. He always leaves this little lamp on for me, I can tell.
Why don't you go wake him up?
No. If I woke him up, he would never get back to sleep again. And he would be so grumpy, he would definitely say no anyway.
Yeah.
Cassie will be fine. She's all locked up in there. You don't believe that stuff about the ghost, do you?
Of course not. Well,
Why don't you have soda or something? You know.
don't you have an 8 o'clock tomorrow?
Yeah, but
So do I.
Communications 31?
Yeah, right. How'd you know?
I'll see you there.
That's great, okay.
Can't ditch me that easy.
Who's trying?
Well, it's not as if I've seen you that much this summer.
Well, you know, both of us working and everything. Anyway, you and I, we went out with Gary and Cassie a couple of times. I mean, it wasn't just like I walked away.
You like Laurel, don't you?
Oh, come on.
No. No, I mean...
She's a little too old for me, don't you think?
I mean her sophistication. You know, she's a woman of the world.
Yeah, I guess I never thought of her that way before. But anyway, you've got pretty good sophistication yourself. I mean, look at you at Cassie's party.
Well, what, you mean I should try some more of that?
No.
Why not?
Joy, because you're great the way you are. You're not Laurel. You're Joy. With all those cute little freckles and that turned up little nose.
You make me sound like Pippi Longstockings.
Is that so bad? Stop being so sensitive.
Persuade me.
You know, you're a great kid.
Bat.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Kid. Freckles.